Hi, I'm Michelle Krusiec, and I'm a former student of the Governor's School for the Arts. This is where I studied theater back when I was an aspiring actress in high school. And now, for the first time in the school's 25-year history, all the disciplines, theater, dance, visual arts, vocal music, instrumental music, and musical theater will all be housed here in this school. We finally have a home. I remember doing a show called Mother Courage, and the entire set was dressed in burlap. So we spent days and days cutting burlap for the set, and I remember going home and having burlap in my clothes, and I was always covered in burlap, and it was because of this crazy show that we were doing, but it was just how involved we were. You know, everybody, all the students we had to participate in the making of the set, and you know, we were also in the production, so it was something that would overtake our lives. And you know, that was something very special about the school, is that it was such a big part of our lives. Well, I think something that's very special to the arts in general is that you have to learn the actual craft, the production, how things are done through all of the elements. We were taught kind of like a core foundation of what it means to be an artist, and that means understanding all of the aspects and all of the elements that actually go into producing and making theater. Even though a lot of us just wanted to get on stage, part of that discipline of strengthening who we are as artists came from the school in learning, you know, how to build a set, you know, how, if we were going to be artists ourselves to create theater, how we could actually do it ourselves and be independent. Well, I went and studied theater in college, which is something I probably wouldn't have done had it not been for the Governor's School. I think it really formed and shaped who I was at the time and helped me see my future. And when I decided to do theater, it was a big commitment, and I wanted to take the risk of being an artist. And it was because of Governor's School that I realized that very early on in my life. Well, I was really fortunate that after I graduated college, I immediately started working. I traveled around the world for the Discovery Channel. I hosted a travel show, and I went to over 50 countries in 2 years. And you know, I immediately started using a lot of the skills that I had been training for since I was, you know, 15 years old. And I immediately went from that series to my first series on NBC in Hollywood, where I was on a sitcom for another 2 seasons. And I just slowly started building my career, and I've been really lucky in that I've been working steadily really since high school. And for a lot of artists, being able to earn a living, be very stable is very challenging. And for me to do that and still be able to do that, and to come back and see the school, I mean, it's just, you know, this was one of those very special memories, and the fact that I could come back and see that it's still helping students, it's really very moving. So, and I feel like I'm proof that an early arts education really does help form your future. If you can get into the school, find a way to study at the school, I think it gives you early exposure to artists that are working. When I was coming to school here, we were exposed to so many interesting working professionals, and they were teaching us skills and crafts that people were using in the outside world. But in high school, nobody ever told us these things. But at this particular school, we were being exposed to it at such an early age that I think it prepared me mentally for the real world. So I think if you can take advantage of the teachers here and the education, and find a way to learn about the school, get, you know, involved. If there's a way that someone is willing to teach you about the arts, I would say, you know, take it, because the arts, it's something that can be incorporated in everybody's future. It doesn't just mean that you have to become a dancer or an actor. All of my friends who I met at this alum reunion, they're all doing very many different things, but this school helped shape who they are now. So I think there's one other thing that makes the school very special. I can't believe it, I'm getting emotional. I think a lot of the students that came here, this was a really special place, because a lot of the kids here, I think they felt like they didn't belong in other areas.
but the arts was a place where we could all come and feel like we belonged, because the arts taught us about ourselves. And I'm crying because it's kind of silly, but you never really would think that a school could have so much impact on you. And I know that I found a piece of heaven in this school because I was accepted. And I know that a lot of the people that I went to school with came from troubled homes, had difficult backgrounds, and you would never guess that looking at us, because we were all trying so hard to be something. And I think the school gave us a platform to figure out what that something was. So it's a very special place in my heart, and I'm just really glad it's still around.
I'm Greg Rosenberg, graduated in 1993 from Magnet School, Governor's School for the Arts. Magnet School really introduced me to a lot of structure and had the great opportunity to work with some of the best people in the business and to grow and learn as an artist, and I wouldn't give those years up for anything else.
My name is Carrie Grace Morgan, and I was at theater department, and I think Governor's School made me so much more prepared to go to college. I knew how to study, I knew how to time manage, and I was more mature than I think I would have been had I just gone to high school, learned homeschool all day, and I got experiences that I never would have had, in my homeschool. So.
Brittany Davis, and being an alumni of the Governor's School for the Arts definitely helped get me prepared for what's to come later in life as I journey into becoming a professional dancer. I'm currently still a student in college, but it definitely prepared me as far as opening my eyes to what is out there in the world and how I can step forward and grasp it.
My name is Lindsay Ure. I am a graduate of the Performing Arts Department, now known as the Musical Theater Department, and going to Governor's School back then, that was like life. That was my family. That is what solidified in my brain what I wanted to do, that I wanted to be involved in musical theater and be around those kinds of people for the rest of my life, and I'm still close to a lot of them today, and my teachers, and it's like an experience that I'm so glad that I got to have in my life. I think it really defined a lot of who I am and who I'm proud to be. So go GSA, yeah.
My name is Carrie Holmes. I was in the theater department from 1989 to 1992, and the Governor's School for the Arts, as we refer to it as Magnet School, was responsible for my entire career as well as a wonderfully rounded life.
My name is Caitlin Dayrit. I'm in the vocal department, and we sing opera. It's when I actually got into the school, I didn't even know it was for opera, and I came in and everyone was singing all of these high notes. And it's definitely a big workload, but I've found my new passion, and I know where I'm going in life now. So it's definitely been an amazing experience.
Sophia Zambis, Dance Department, 1993. Because of the Governor's Magnet School, I was inspired to find a company, which now serves many schools, and hundreds of thousands of children have been inspired, hopefully, also to get involved with the arts.
How are you?
Good to see you, Hugh.
Good to see you. How are you?
Good. Hanging in there. Just
you never got
taking
tickets
photos.
for the ball.
I did.
You did get
I'm in, baby. I'll see y'all.
I was worried.
Hi, sweetheart. Hi, how are you? Nice to see you.
He's right here! He's here!
Hey.
Here we go!
Hi. How are you?
I'm so glad to see you because I didn't.
My name is Jessica Niles Pendleton. I was in the dance department at Governor's School in 88 through 93, and Governor's School saved me. I would not have finished high school had I not been able to do what I love.
I'm Andrea Starnes, now Geiger. I went 90 to 93, dance department. It let me live out my dreams.
My name is Aisha McDonald, and I was in the dance department, and it was an amazing experience, and wish I could go back.
Adrian Warren, PA/MT, whatever you want to call it. Governor School has impacted my life, number one, because it showed me that I could really go after anything I want to in life as long as I work hard towards it. And it brought my mother here. Her love for the arts developed with me in Governor School, and now she's the director of Governor School, so that's a big impact.
My name is Kurt Stolte. I'm in the instrumental music department, and Governor School has affected my life because it's affected my life. It is my life. I'm here every day from 1 in the afternoon until 10 o'clock at night doing rehearsals. All last week we were here from 2 to 10 in intense rehearsals with little break, and we came out with this show.
My name is Lainey Aguilar-Williams, and Governor's Magnet School, I was in the dance department, and Governor's Magnet School changed my life because just the people that I got to meet and do life with at the time, and then after that I continued to just do dancing outside of Magnet, so that's it, yeah.
Hi, my name is Chuck Langley, now Chaz Langley. I graduated back in Governor's Magnet School back in '92 under the direction of Chip Gallagher. Over the last 20 years, the Governor's Magnet School has affected my life amazingly. I live in New York for the past 7 years, and I call Chip Gallagher every opportunity I get a chance with every new venture that I embark on, and to let him know that he has planted an amazing seed for me to keep doing what I do and what I love. And so the Governor's Magnet School has heavily affected my life because I'm still in entertainment and loving what I do.
My name is Sessa Choa. I graduated in '88, the first graduating class of the Department of Visual Arts. Governor School saved my life. I would not be here today if it had not been for Louise Lowenthal, who was my mentor until the day she passed. I see her twice a day, as I have one painting of her in the living room and a portrait of her in my studio. And she urges me on, and from the very first meeting in 1985, she said, believe, achieve, succeed. Look around you. None of this would have existed had it not been a belief and a thought. So remember this in anything you want to do in life. It all begins with how you think.
My name is Matthew Dunn. I was on the theater faculty at the Magnet School, we called it, the first 2 years, 87, 88, 88, 89. And then I left and moved across the country and went into a whole bunch of other careers and things since then. But I flew all the way across the country to be here at this thing because it was still like the best 2 years of my career working with those kids. They were that awesome. And they still got that energy here.
I'm Andrea Warren. I'm the executive director, and I was a parent of a Governor School student, so I know what Governor School did to help prepare my daughter for the business. But being the executive director, I love watching the kids grow as artists, and it gives me great joy to see them just develop their artistic ability in class. It's the best job in the world, and I wouldn't do anything else but.
Well, I'm Jessica Hayden, and I graduated in '99 from the dance department. And, I came from a somewhat broken home, so I think Governor School really, for the 4 years I was there, modeled and gave me a lot of skills that maybe I wasn't getting, like discipline, perseverance, handling rejection, but then also like coming back and getting cast later in my years. And I went on to go to school for dance, and I opened a dance studio, and I'm going to grad school for dance, and yeah, dance has been a really good outlet, so there you go.
Hey, I'm Laura Payne, used to be Laura Satterwhite. I graduated '99 from dance department, and I guess for me, Governor's School did go on to study dance in college, 4 years at the University of the Arts, and now I'm doing some choreography with some companies and teaching girls now too. So it's a part of my life daily, and my son takes dance now too. So I've loved it. I loved Governor's School. I have great memories.
My name is Donald Downey, and I was in the Visual Arts Department at the Governor's Magnet School. And how did it affect my life? It gave me direction. I was the worst case scenario of an ADHD learning disabled student who had too many ideas and not enough time to sit down and do them all. So I tried to do all of them, and it wasn't until the magnet school came along and actually showed me a specific direction that I really started to flourish.
I'm Darlene Stoll, and I was in the Visual Arts Department, teaching for 19 years, and I wouldn't be the kind of teacher I am today if it hadn't been for Governor's School. You know, they gave me all these great ways of approaching teaching that you just don't see in regular education. You know, Lou Lowenthal always told me to have a plan B, so I always came to school with a backup plan because you just never know what's going to happen, and to sort of think of it as planting seeds. You just never know what's going to come from what you give the students. Just be as creative as possible.
My name is Kristen Eobi. It was Kristen Lockard, and I was there in 1988, and dance was my major. And how governors affected my life, it was pretty much the beginning. And Deborah was the beginning of my dance career as well.
My name is Deborah Thorpe, and I have been with the Governor's School since 1985. I helped start the program with Lou Lowenthal and Patty Waters and Ray Pankarowitz and Michael Tick. And I have been doing and working and teaching at Governor's School for my entire adult life. And it is defining, it is who I am. And I am very, very proud to be a part of this great school.
Jennifer Ellen Pierce, Dance Department, and Governor's School affected my life by giving me the ability to pursue what I loved, to develop my talents, and to give me a respect for arts in general.
My name is Todd Rosenlieb, and I'm chair of the Dance Department for the Governor's School. And the Governor's School shaped the second part of my dance career because I was a guest here during my professional years and found an artistic home where I could come and explore the rest of my dance career when the legs don't work so well and the hips want to say nay, and find the ability to participate and collaborate within the arts community in Hampton Roads and travel around the country and show what we make. So the Governor's School also has supplied many a dancer for me over the years. They go away, they come back as pros, and I get to hire them, so that's the best part of all. So that's the Governor's School story for Todd.
Well, I'm Connor Norton, and I was in the theater department, and I guess the biggest thing that affected me with the theater department and really Governor's School in general was I never had a place where I could feel like I could be proud of who I was, whether it was my family, whether it was at home, whether it was at my high school. I never felt like I could be who I was. And coming to Governor's School, finding people, finding teachers, finding anybody who was willing to accept me for who I was, for what I loved right off the bat, was just an irreplaceable thing to have, and I don't think I would trade it for anything in the world.
I'm Sarah Rabatham. I graduated from the theater department in 2008, and I'm working for the Governor's School now because I stage manage all their shows. And it's just given me a lot of confidence in myself, and I love the arts.
Hi, my name is Paige Jennifer Barr, and I was in musical theater, and theater all 3 years. And Lou and Lowenthal always said that if I had a 4th year, I would have transferred to visual arts. But once I was in the theater department, I was totally hooked. But how it's affected my life is that I was privileged to know how hard it was going to be. And nothing can really prepare you for the toughness of this business. But I think they always instilled such a respect for the arts and a respect for our craft that it really carried into all the projects that I've done. And one of the worst things I would ever say to you is, like, don't be high school. And it was sort of like saying, don't be an amateur. And that's what was it was such a respectful, they wanted to instill this respect that you are a true artist, you are a true theater artist, and don't belittle the process, even though you're 16, even though you're 17, even though you're 18. And now, I'm a lot older. And I still have such a respect for the arts and the whole process, and I'm just so grateful to still be doing it.
Ricardo Melendez. I teach mostly at the theater department and at the dance department for almost 7 years now. I wouldn't change it. I have asked to do other jobs. I have taught at university level and other levels, and I always come back to my kids at Governor School. There's no replacement for the amount of energy, dedication, and new ideas that come out of the students at Governor School.
Hi, I'm Carly Holton. I am a Governor School alumni from 2008 Dance Department. Governor School literally got me through high school. I would not have survived those 4 years without Governor School. All my friends are from Governor School. It's so hard because they're all gone, but they're all off doing amazing things. It literally changed my life.
I'm Quincy Hydock from the dance department, graduated in 2009. Governor School prepared me for things that I didn't know were going to happen even in my life afterwards, through dance, through real life achievements, just everything. And my friends, all these guys are amazing, and we still keep in touch. We see each other now, and it's like we never left. So
my name is Sarah Tracy. I'm a Governor School alumni from the dance department. I graduated 2011. Governor School taught me discipline, and that it's worth not having a social life because your friends are in the studio and you share the same interests. It was really fun being in a place where everyone actually wanted to be, as opposed to school where everyone was kind of forced to be there. Everyone chose to be in Governor School, so everyone wanted to be there and everyone was awesome.
I'm Rachel Jacobucci, and I was in the dance department, and I graduated in 2008. And Governor School literally saved my life. I had a very, very severe eating disorder in my senior year at Governor School, and if it weren't for my friends who went to Deborah, actually, when she was the chair of the department, and told her how concerned they were, I wouldn't be here today. And then it affected my life even more by teaching me all of the wonderful values that I know now, and inspiring me to actually be able to go and do the things that I never thought I would be able to do after that. And it's changed me forever, and it's really an amazing place.
My name is David Beloff, and I was in the theater department from the years 1990 to 1992. And Governor's School has affected me in a way that has given me such an amazing appreciation for the arts. I realized that I could be stranded on a deserted island all by myself, and I would still somehow be able to entertain myself by singing the words to one of the great Broadway musicals. But hopefully my dog would be there. Hopefully my dog would be there. Stop barking while I'm doing this. Okay. Sorry. Stop it. You're making this difficult. My name is David Beloff, and I was in the theater department from the years 1990 to 1992. Governor School has affected my life in a very positive way. It taught me that no matter what, there is always something awesome going on in the arts. So I can never, ever get bored, and I never have an excuse to sit around and do nothing. I can either create art myself, or I can go see art. And it inspired me to take as many photographs of artists, especially performing artists, and put them up on the blog for people to see and be a really strong supporter of the arts through my photography. Thank you, Governor's School for the Arts. It was an experience that I will never forget and will always cherish. My name is David Beloff. I was in the theater department from 1990 to 1992. And Governor's School has affected me in such a positive way. It was a school that taught me that it's okay to be yourself, and it's okay to go after your dreams, and that you can accomplish anything that you put your mind to. When I auditioned for the Governor's School, I put my mind to it, and I got in, and that was the first step. And from then, it was just accomplishment after accomplishment. Governor's School taught me how to interact with people, how to inspire people, how to communicate with people on a level much deeper than just verbally, emotionally, artistically. Governor's School inspired me to become an arts photographer and to take as many photographs as I can of performing artists doing their thing, and to draw as much attention to them as possible as I support the arts through my blog. It's a wonderful experience, and I highly recommend going to the Governor's School for any child who wants to bring their high school experience to the next level. It was amazing, and it was an experience that I will always treasure for the rest of my life. Thank you, GSA.
Hello, my name is Christopher James Revels. I'm a graduate of the Governor's School of the Arts in 2001. I was in the Visual Arts Department, and the school has affected my life in a great way, bringing me all around the United States, traveling and visiting new towns and doing artwork for them. Thank you.